Just got a phone call saying Ski Mountain's burning. The whole mountain is burning, and just the grief and just how surreal that was. It's like, that can't be true. That's impossible.
My husband was down for a nap, and I woke him and I said, I can't breathe. Smoke was coming into our home so heavily at that point. I said, just with this cold, I can't breathe. We need to get out of here.
We noticed that people were standing on the sidewalk just filming and pointing their cell phones toward the mountain. And when we looked up, you could see the fire right there, really across the way, and you could see it was becoming dark outside, so you could actually see the fire, and you see a lot of smoke just billowing up from the area, and we knew it was going to be very bad.
About 9 o'clock, we're getting more information, more texts, and all this. We're hearing them from some of our owners that were staying up on Piney Butte, who evacuated 2 couples on their street. There was a death on their street. One of their neighbors, long-term resident, passed away. They came down the mountain at 6:30 and went by the hairpin turn up Ski Mountain. They said it was just a flame, and they were just escaping down trees because they knew the way to get out. They knew alternative routes. And when they went around the hairpin turn where we have some of our own properties, they said it was just a blaze. So we're like, it's gone. Everything's gone.
We were getting information coming in that we knew on the office property at the bottom of the mountain, that the little cabin beside it, that people that were evacuating the mountain saw it burning to the ground. We heard that people evacuating the mountain had come by Mom and Dad's house, and that fire trucks were here, and there was fire on the property.
I'm in a townhouse. It burned completely around me. All 4 sides are devastated, and our building is like this building here, standing. And so just God put his hand of protection just right over us. I mean, there's just no other explanation for it.
I could see ash falling. So I stepped down on the front porch, and that's when this immense fear came over me, that I knew where there was smoke, there's going to be fire. So I ran back in and told my husband. We jumped in the truck, went down our drive to the end of the neighborhood, and our neighbors were standing out in the yard. We had no clue what we were about to witness. As we got out of the truck, we looked up toward the ridge, out toward where Cobbly Knob is. The sky was such a bright orange, and the wind was just blowing so hard, and the smoke was getting thicker. And that's when the neighbors said, yeah, that whole side over there's on fire. And we're watching it to make sure that it doesn't come over here to our side. So we decided to get back in the truck, go to the house. And by the time we got to the house, we could actually see the fire shooting up over the mountain. We actually saw flames. And we just started grabbing everything that we could as fast as we could.
They say mandatory evacuation for Ski Mountain area. And first thing I thought of, we have 9 people in house. We have 9 houses rented. So immediately get my computer out and start calling the people to get out of the houses. And a majority of the people I talked to had no idea that the fire was that close to them. So got a hold of everybody, got everybody out, so they were all safe.
By the 3rd of December, that was on a Saturday, we came over here to Gatlinburg to see all the devastation, which was horrific. I never would have thought I would have saw what I saw. It looked like a war had happened. And we went over to the other side of Cobbly Knob to see. There were fire trucks, there were huge helicopters dropping water, and just to hear a siren was frightening.
We had 93 houses on our program on November 28th, and 43 had total losses.
I think we also need to be mindful to pray for these boys that started this and their families, because I'm sure they're devastated.
The boys that started the fire.
I think that's something that's been on my heart too, because they were young and foolish, and I'm sure it didn't mean for what happened to happen. And I think that we were certainly given grace, and we need to extend it as well.
We want people to continue to come here because there is so much that this area has to offer. Even though it's changed a bit, and parts of it may look like a war zone, it's going to come back brighter and bigger than it was before. And, you know, you've heard it said many times, when a fire comes through, it also renews life. It purifies it. So I can't wait to see what this place is going to look like in the spring, all lush and green. I think it's going to be amazing. And I would just encourage people just to come and visit, to be a part, because there's so much history here and there's so much to do. And this really is a family-oriented place.